All right, welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Thank you guys so much for subscribing on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch now, and just everything, man. I appreciate everybody's support over the past couple of months, especially because we have been in quarantine. And because we're in quarantine, this actually allows me to interview artists from across the country, across the world, including my next guest, man. He is from Quebec.
That's right.
Yes, Quebec. He
That's
has a
right.
new project out called Spectrum. He has the greatest music videos I've seen in a while. Like, if you just go on this man's YouTube page and just appreciate the fact that his music videos are just well edited, well shot, well formulated, I will tell you, you will become an instant fan just like how I did. Shout out to my next
Hey,
guest, Zach Zoya. What's poppin', my brother?
what's poppin', Nico, man? Thanks for all the praise, man. Thanks for having me.
Bro, when I say you have the best music videos I've seen in a while, like I absolutely mean it, bro. I started off with the
Facts.
Patience music video, and then
Mm,
I just went through the wormhole, and I'm like, bruh, these are the type of people that I love talking about, man.
let's
And so,
go.
like, I just got to get this out. Like, what are your favorite movies, bro? Because you obviously have like a visual for
Right.
how you want your music videos formed.
Okay, first of all, I gotta shout out. I gotta give a big shout out to the whole director crew and everything. I got a big shout out to Jed, big shout out to Smith, a big shout out to Le Consulat. They're really the ones that put it all together. If you're, the big ones, Patience and In the Way and Slurpee, the music videos going along with that. I can't take the praise for all of that. Like they contributed to it a lot. So shout out to them. But shit, I mean. I like Inception, bro. I'm a science fiction type of guy. Interstellar, you know what it is, like the mind boggling ones. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, I can see
we
we on the same
literally have the
page.
same like top 10 movie list.
Let's go.
Bro, Interstellar and Inception. Come on,
Of course,
man.
man.
Come
Of
on,
course,
man.
man.
Bro. So I mean, even that alone just shows me you are very particular about the way you like your music videos because bro, like if you guys go on his YouTube page right now and click on the Patience video, I'm sure the 90s babies and older will appreciate this, but you have a Teletubby that's just like
Yeah,
I was
I
like, "Huh?
do.
This fool got a depressed ass Teletubby?
Depressed ass Teletubby. You said,
Like why?" That's
man. So
all I
it's
gotta
just.
ask. Why? What's the point of the Teletubby in the music video, bro? Because I couldn't figure it out, but it was
what
just
it was
so
Right. What it was supposed to symbolize is like you're coming back from your day job. You know the ones flipping the cardboards and shit. Like being a
mhm,
mascot has to be like unless it's your passion somehow. Like you're passionate, super passionate about like puppets and like being a mascot in general. Being a mascot has to be a shitty job. So the scene is basically me coming back from a shitty job with a shit
mm,
ton of money, cash, and just like, man, you're a little fucked up, you're a little drunk, Let's say you're a mascot in a club type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like in a club for some weird reason. 9 to 5 in a club. Nah, more like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. in a
yeah, yeah,
club,
yeah.
with a mascot suit, trying to be happy for everybody, and you come back home and you're just like, ugh. That's kind of what it was supposed to be at the start of, at the very,
It's
yeah,
kind of crazy because I feel like as a fellow movie watcher, we all watch the same movies but get different ideas off of it.
for
Like
sure.
I kind of got the idea that Teletubbies was obviously something that a lot of us watched growing up, and that's kind of like a symbol of our youth.
Hmm.
And I kind of felt like because there was at one point the guy who when you took off the Teletubby mask and whatnot, you were like counting money, and I was like, is he symbolizing that money kind of kills off that youthfulness, that passion that we had as a kid?
Oh shit! I might just go with that from now on. Goddamn.
You didn't even think,
No,
bro.
yeah. But honestly, you see, exactly like you said, that's the crazy part. Like, think about the end of Inception. Like, a whole bunch of people were like, "Oh, it oscillated. Oh, it was about to fall." Like the little, we like. There's ways to have different interpretation of the same moment, and even in music, like tons of examples of like music lyrics that people thought they had figured out, and they thought, oh, Drake meant that when he said that or whatever, and they just ended up being totally wrong. You see what I'm saying? So it's beautiful that you actually saw a totally different thing out
Mhm.
of that symbol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I think that's the beauty of you having a music video that just really captured my attention, bro. Because I tell people all the time, like, what I really miss is having a music video with a storyline. Like sometimes people just get like a 4K camera and then
Mm-hmm.
they just start shooting and then all the shots are just like this. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
but like if you have a exact storyline and something cool in the back, like that's something that I'm gonna gravitate towards. I think was it your Slurpee music video?
Mm-hmm.
You had like women shooting like I don't know gas out of their ass while
Yeah,
they're on
gas
cars
out
twerking. I'm
there,
just
I
like, what the
swear.
fuck is going on, dude? Bro,
Yeah,
your video,
yeah, that was a
like,
little out of
do
there.
you come up with the storyline for your videos?
Like I said, like a lot of that I have to give. I have to
Mm,
shout it. Like that's all GED and them. But I mean, a lot of shit like come basically the vibe and certain specific. Oh, I would kind of want that, and I would kind of want that, and we can make a weird allusion to that or whatever, and an
yeah.
analogy or whatever, and then they take that and like they see what's practical, what's like feasible. You see what I'm saying? Like what can okay, what the time, in the time slot that we have, what can we make happen? What can't we? You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, honestly, bro, just keep on going with the way your music videos are going, man, because I'm literally about to like rip your music videos off and just play it on my Twitch sometimes. Because, bro, like,
Please do, please do.
bro, sometimes like when I'll play new music, it's like cool, but when I play new music with a music video, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this
Hmm.
shit?" So I know I
Nah,
got
much
that
love, bro.
effect. I know my people are gonna get that same effect, man. But back to you, bro. Like Quebec, what was it like for you growing up over there?
Cold, man. A lot colder than y'all in California for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
honestly, just cool, man. I'm from a small town from outside Montreal. It's it's just it's I don't want to say easy, but I mean it is compared to a lot of places in the world. I just had a very unremarkable childhood that I didn't have to go through a whole lot. I was in a good situation. Uh,
Mm.
yeah,
Thank
and
you
I
for
just kind of.
admitting that, though, man. Some people be fronting.
Yeah, bro, like I can't, bro. I'm Canadian, bro. I was good. I've been good. I
Like, bro,
always
we
had,
got free healthcare. It ain't nothing like the U.S.
yo, we good. We good, bro.
Yeah.
Never struggled a day in my life. No, but to be real, like, you just have to be honest with yourself. It's just I had everything handed to me in the sense that I had access to pretty much everything I could have wanted. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So yeah, it's pretty much
So
a vibe. Yeah.
growing up in a more easily accessible environment, did that enable you to have more easy access in regards to like creating music, like studio time when you were younger? Like when exactly did the music start?
The music kind of started late, like in my late teenage years. I'd say around, I mean, late teenage years. I'm 22, but like at 17, I was saying that
Yeah.
like I'm 40.
He's talking about back in my day, 5 years
Back
ago.
in, yeah, yeah, but it came kind of late actually. I started freestyling around like 17 with my friends, as we do, and you pretty quickly it turned from like a freestyle to okay, let me write down my first song, and then by like let's say 18, 19, I had like a tape on SoundCloud, and then from then on it was just like, oh, we got signed to a label here, and then
Hmm.
now we fucking with the majors. So it's been a buildup of, but you were asking if that had to do with how easily and accessible. I mean, for sure I could like it was easy for me to go get a job that pays well so that I can go and rent studio time. Even though I'm in school and everything, I don't have to fucking pay for 20 other things just to pay my rent and everything. I'm at my mom's and fucking, I'm, oh, by the way, can we curse? Or is it,
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
say whatever the fuck you want, bro.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, like definitely just the fact that I had the infrastructure around me to just be like, oh, let me just work and not spend too much for like 2 months, and I'll get a mic, laptop, and everything. So in that regard, for sure, for sure.
Okay, okay. And truthfully, I'm kind of on the same way. I know my first laptop was definitely bought by my parents. My next
Uh,
two laptops were bought from my own hard elbow grease and whatnot. But it's kind of cool
exactly.
but you know what I mean? I think as individuals, especially people who grow up in like a more well-off environment, the key is to not be spoiled.
Hmm.
If you
For
are
sure,
spoiled,
for
even
sure,
to a degree, you should just think about that and be like, there are other people in this world who are in much less fortunate situations. So why the fuck am I gonna act spoiled about everything that I have going on?
for sure, man. Yeah, you said that right.
And so that's just a piece of advice that I advise
Mm,
everybody in here to listen to. So the project is out right now, Spectrum,
yes,
and
sir.
you know what so before we get into that, like when did you know this music thing was going to be a real viable career for you? Sometimes people are just like in and out. Sometimes people just have like that one moment where it's like, yeah, this song finally got popping, and it's like, boom, I decided to
Right.
just give my life to this music shit.
That's a good one. Well, for real, definitely when I got to the point where I was making enough money to quit my day job. So,
Nice.
I was working clubs and stuff, and like I said, paying for my studio recording, whatever, with that money. And then came a certain point where that switch happens where you have to take that leap of like quitting your job. But by that time, I had a flow of money coming in from music. So at that point, honestly, when I first, like, okay, maybe 3 months after quitting my job and being good, I was like, we like this at least I can keep this going for a good minute, and I'm
Mm.
confident in my own ability, so the money should just get better, hopefully. But yeah.
I get you, man. I think it's good that you went about that way too, because I think sometimes people, like Logic, for example, Logic just said, fuck it, I'm not going to work. But then he had an entire
Mm,
team basically working for him to make sure that he was getting paid while making music. I
yeah,
think, that's not everybody's particular situation, but for you, the
right.
fact that you were just working your ass off until music was sustaining you and then you decide to quit the job, that's a smart move,
Mhm.
bro. That's literally just a smart business move.
Respect, my guy. Respect. But I mean, I can't lie. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said it was just like a leap of faith because I got signed. You see what I'm saying? Like I got signed
Mm,
locally, so I wasn't with a major label, but like money was gonna be good. Like I wasn't in a situation where I wasn't gonna be taken care of if we didn't like if a show was canceled. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
we had a flow of money.
So in other words, you decided to take that money and not spend it on a fat chain.
Touche. Yeah.
Bro, you already know that's what fucks people up, bro.
For real, man. If you spend your first check on like a car or something like that. It's just like honestly, I'm not gonna knock people's hustle because sometimes you can flip that money. So sometimes buying you a chain might buy you some, fake it till you make it might buy you some type of credibility in some sphere that allows you to book some more shows, that allows you to
Mhm.
and then it keeps going. So I'm not gonna knock anybody for maybe doing that, but definitely I can, especially where I'm from, it's not a thing where, there might be like a big hype tomorrow and I might just go super viral. Like in Canada, it's pretty like you have to make it through the industry steps. You can't really, I don't think you can hope for a big lottery payday
Mm,
to just, like I always like to bring in this analogy every time I explain this. The population of Canada is the same population as California, right? So let's say you're popping in San Francisco only. People don't know you outside of San Francisco. That's still probably like half the population of my country. See what I mean? So I can't, you could be popping in your city and not be making any money. So I think you really good need to go through the steps of like, okay, you got a team behind you, you got shows lined up, and you got,
mm. Damn. Well, best believe I'm gonna take that analogy and just blast that everywhere it's applicable.
Let's go,
But
let's
that's so
go.
crazy to know.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it?
Something about Canada over the past decade has just been phenomenal.
How
I
so?
mean, we can obviously talk about musically. We can
For sure,
obviously talk about Drake. We
of
can talk
course,
about Justin Bieber if you want.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
We could talk about Majid Jordan.
Yeah, the
We could
weekend.
talk about The Weeknd. We can
Division.
talk about, in some cases, if you still fuck with him, Tory Lanez.
Tory, of course. Yeah.
But from your perspective, what do you think it is that just really lit a fire up Canada's ass and said, we're basically going to take over the music industry?
That's a good one.
Because
Ah,
truthfully, you guys have, man. You guys truthfully have.
man, that's a good one. I have no idea. I don't know what happened for you know what? It might go back to what I just said about in Canada, if you want to make it, you kind of have to go through all the steps to
Mm,
establish yourself correctly. Otherwise, there's no chance at all for a career. I think it makes it that if you make it in Canada, your career is more stable or is more solid. It's built on more solid grounds because first of
mm,
all, it takes longer. It's like even if we go to Drake or people like that, like these people had to go through the steps. You see what I'm saying? Like people weren't fucking with Drake for a minute before even at like even being co-signed by Lil Wayne. It took a minute for people to like accept him as part of hip hop and like as cool as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it. I think in the States you have a lot more examples of people making it super fast, super quick, and then that
mm,
vibe goes down just as fast as it came. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
That might
I
explain
get
part
you,
of it,
man.
but it's still Shawn Mendes. Let's not forget Shawn Mendes, like
Yeah,
number
Shawn
one
Mendes.
artist in the world right now.
Is Shawn Mendes from Canada?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I didn't
man.
even know.
Yo, did you
But
know
you know,
Celine Dion was from Canada?
oh yeah, I know Celine Dion's from Canada.
Okay. So yesterday I spoke to somebody who was mind blown that Celine Dion is Canadian. So
Shit, man, that might just debunk my whole thing where Canada's been like it for like the past 10 years. It seems like Canada's
true,
been
true,
around.
true,
You know what I mean? Like,
true, true, true. But to be fair, like Celine Dion was a lone wolf. Like she was alone in her league for a good. I don't want
oh,
to say a
a
couple decades.
while,
Like there
man.
was nobody else who could fuck with her, like from
Bro,
Canada and I mean globally.
she's still in her own league.
Of course,
She's
Celine,
still in her
man.
own
I
league,
cannot.
man.
We
But
can
you know,
fuck with
I
Celine,
will
man.
say this though about, what you were saying about Canada and its artists and its people, especially because I mean, for me, just being on Twitch for like the past 3 months,
Hmm.
a lot of my fans or my followers are from Canada, bro.
Say word. Say word.
Yeah,
How do
bro.
you?
Like I get people from Quebec, I get people from Montreal, I get people
Uh,
from Toronto, and I'm just
uh,
like Vancouver, especially too. And I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
like, wow, like these people, I won't say these people, Canadians, people from
yeah.
Canada, like there's always a weird annotation when you say
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah. Yeah.
But people from Canada, they love whoever they love and they will push you high. I
I
feel
feel
like
you on
over
that.
here in America, we have too many people doing the same stuff, so it's kind of
You
hard
can
to,
always, yeah, you can
you know
always
what I mean?
just
It's kind
go
of
to the
hard in
next
America
country.
to just pick one person to like push forward.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. Yeah, definitely. I think we tend to rally around the things we like, and like I think we're good fans in that regard. And like we feel if we fuck with you, we'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, amen to that. So the idea of spectrum. I'm just gonna give you my interpretation, then you can give yours.
Yeah, I
But
like that. Go ahead.
like Le Cap is like more on like some trap shit. Patience a little bit slower. Slurpee is like on some hype shit. Are you really just giving us the different, basically your spectrum in your head, like the different egos of Zach Zoya?
Basically, man. Like I wouldn't say. I mean, ego. I mean, ego is kind of a good way to describe it, but it's those songs form the spectrum of who I am.
Mm,
Kind of like if I was light, then all of these songs would be different colors of me, of my light. You see what I'm saying? So you
mm,
got the very aggressive, maybe arrogant side of me, and you got the very mellow, more vulnerable and melodic side of me. And I think it's in two ways. It's in style. So I think I range. What I was trying to show is the not my versatility, but just how diverse my catalog is. Like what I'm trying to do is on different levels, you know, on different scales or whatever. So yeah, musically, I think I go in different ways. So super energetic, fast, and super R&B, mellow, whatever. And also emotionally, I think I display, you know, like arrogance and like frustration or whatever, and like cockiness. And on the other side, maybe a more sad and introspective side of me. So it's basically a, like yeah, it's like an idea, it's like the concept that everybody is that, in the sense that
Mm.
nobody's that one thing. Like every artist that you see, sometimes, like let's say the baby, who's kind of stuck in like that very specific, like particular style that he does, and like everybody puts him in that. But the guy has like emotions that range, and has vibes that range that just as diverse as anybody else. It's just that maybe that's not what he puts out, or that's not what he gives out. That's not what he
Mm.
works on in the studio. I make I make that a priority for me to do everything like as much as possible on the in my range. Of course, I have, you know, I know nothing about rock and roll or like punk rock music, so I'm, you know, I'm pretty much
Yeah.
in the rap, pop, R&B side of things. But it's basically to show. I think one thing that happens with music is that people tend to put you in a pocket once they have an idea. Once, let's say you heard Le Cap first, like a, you know, a fast track, and you'd be like, okay, that's Zach Zoya. So with my first project, I was trying to explain that I'm multiple things,
Well, yeah, you know,
type thing.
just to put it into perspective, like I showed my girl your project, and you know, Le Cap is the
Yeah,
first song, and she was
yeah.
just like, and you know, truthfully, she was like, I'm not really feeling that one, Le Cap.
Uh huh. Uh
And
huh.
once we got to Patience, she was like, okay, I like this shit.
Let's go. So
You know what I mean?
it's also that it's like a sample. I think as a first project, it's important for me to kind of test out the population, like test out my audience, see what sticks, and who's, you know, what sticks with who, people's perception of me, because people are like, oh, I see this guy and I want what type of music from him. So from the response I get, you know, if 100% of my audience is was women, probably some tracks would tank, and some tracks would go crazy. You see what I'm saying? So I think it gives me also like, okay, my audience is mainly uh some guys that wanna party, or that wanna hear some hard shit, or the other way around. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It helps me
Yeah, I get
present,
you.
like direct myself.
Yeah, and I think it's smart of you, especially as, you know, an up and coming artist, to figure out what sound is true to you, but also
Mhm.
gravitates to your audience as well. So honestly,
Right.
keep doing your thing, man. Going back to like a, you know, a spectrum of emotions, man. Quarantine obviously hit each
Mm.
and every one of us around the world. What was like the highest point that you've had in quarantine, and what was also the lowest point you've had in quarantine?
Mm. So for me, that's pretty straightforward. Like the lowest point was the beginning, just when it hits you. Like, okay, so in the beginning, it was like that. Maybe that first month, you're like, okay, there's something crazy going on, but it'll end. Like right now, we're in the crisis, and then it'll be over. And then
Yeah.
once that dawns on you, that like, oh, it's gonna be a year, like a year, maybe two, maybe three. Like when that hits, that was clearly for me the toughest and biggest pill to swallow, literally. And very quickly, I think I had to switch, my mindset, and be like, you know what, fuck it, let's keep it fucking moving. Uh, One good thing that I think reassured me is that we're all in this together, in the sense that
Mm.
it's not one person lagging behind. It's everybody's on pause everywhere in the world. So that's kind of reassuring, in the sense that it's not like, oh fuck, man, my year's fucked up. Everybody's year's fucked up. So that's some, like, ironically cool. The highest point would be like these days, man. Like these days, I just dropped music. I hadn't dropped music in a year almost.
Mhm.
I get to come back to the studio now that like restrictions are a little lighter over here. So I get to lock in studio. Actually, it's even better than if it wasn't pandemic, because if there wasn't the quarantine and everything, I would have been everywhere all the time, probably going out and just being busy. And now it kind of allows me to take a step back and link up creatively with the people I really want to. And I have as much time as I want to. Also, like, it's an infinite studio session, basically, an uninterrupted 6 months long studio session with my homies. So, and I
Yeah.
like doing music. Like I guess some artists out there do it for the business side of things or whatever, but my favorite part of the music like of the music business or whatever in my is really the making of the music, is being in the
Mm.
studio thinking a new idea. So I've been pretty good these days, for real, can't lie.
Is that what you like? Is the fact that so? Let me rephrase this question before it just gets lost in the sauce. Did you learn something new about yourself during these past couple of months? Because
Hmm.
from a lot of people who I've spoken to, they've either cut out, let's say, alcohol, they've cut out
Mm.
bad habits, they've learned to like focus more on like, particular things in life. A lot of artists have just decided like, yo, I'm really going to go super hard on this music shit.
Hmm.
I've seen personalities and whatnot kind of fall off. I've seen artists just
Yeah.
not promote themselves anymore. But then I've
Yeah.
also seen other artists like really flourish, and I've seen people
And
just
rise up. Yeah.
fucking skyrocket in their careers. Like,
Yeah.
is there something that you figured out about yourself that you've decided to like let go and really push forward with?
I mean, like I said, it's been really good for music. So I could tell you like a hundred little minute things in the songwriting process that I'm better at now. Looking back at the last 6 months, for sure. So I got better. I got better at writing. I think I got better at coming up with ideas quick, new ideas. Stacking up melodies and stuff like that. I started to learn guitar, which is something that I I have been, you just have an acoustic in the corner and it's just there. And I started to play a bit, so that's good. And you spoke about like health and like habits. I started to, I kind of didn't have a choice. I was going to be active this summer, so instead I switched that. I started to train a little bit more. Maybe more than training, I started to worry about well, just to be aware of what I eat a lot more and just try to eat a lot more healthier. Just add a lot of veggies to my stuff, and I try to structure. Now that it's just a matter of time. Now I have time to stay at my house and like cook up my veggies in the morning instead of just being like, oh, let me just order something on the fly. Just you know.
Bro, you want like, bro, like back before quarantine, I would spend money every single day on some takeout. But
Sheesh.
bro, I got the air fryer. I got the air fryer right there. I could just pop in some chicken after this shit, man. Look, I'm gonna be eating in the next like 25 minutes or so. You feel me? Like I'm
I
good,
need to give me an air fryer, man. That's one thing
bro.
I'm missing, man.
That shit is life changing, dog. I'm talking about you could be in the studio, right? No, let me paint the picture for you, bro.
Good, good.
You could pop some food in the air fryer. I usually pop in like salmon or some chicken, right? Leave it on for like 20 minutes or so. You could go into the studio, record your verse. By the time your verse is done, you come back out, the chicken's done or the salmon's
Uh,
done. Bro, I'm
I just might
telling
have to
you,
go
that
give
shit is
me.
life changing, dog.
Yo, I just might have to go Black Friday shopping, man.
There you go, man. There you
It's
go.
coming. It's coming.
So, Zach, man, I really gotta ask this. Do you have any more music videos coming out for Spectrum? Cause, bro,
For Spectrum, not as of now, not yet. But I mean, you never know. We never know. One thing that 2020 has taught me is that you never fucking know what the fuck is gonna happen. So
mm,
ah, ah, might be a little something in the bank. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
there we go, man. Well, I mean, do you have anything else planned out for the rest of the year? The year's almost done.
For sure, I have a couple things still to be confirmed. So I'll leave it to that. I got possible collabs, possible features. Like I said, we can't predict anything. I would have loved to come down to the States. That's gonna depend. If y'all figure out who the president is, first of all, if the world stops burning, bunch of little things like that. But I'm definitely trying to come down and fuck with a bunch of people in the States. So yeah, man, fingers
Man,
crossed.
he said, United States, get your shit together, bro. Y'all don't e-
Yo,
the elections are
y'all
done. Y'all
stressing
don't
us
even know who the
out.
president is yet.
Yo, and we can't help but be stressed out. We out here just waiting. God
Yeah,
damn.
man. And man, look.
So yeah.
Oh shit. I can't wait till you come out here, bro. Let me tell you this. I think in terms of Canada, I would love to see you work with Manila Gray, if you've ever heard of Manila Gray.
I don't think I have.
It's all
From
good, bro.
Toronto?
They are so they're I believe they're out in Vancouver.
Where,
They're
where, where?
yeah, they're like two Filipino kids. Like they do shit that's like up the alley of like Majid Jordan, for example. I think you guys would just make a dope collaboration, bro.
Oh,
I
word.
also,
I'll definitely check that out.
yeah, check him out, man. And last couple of questions, bro. But who is an artist that you've always wanted to work with, and who's a producer that you've always wanted to work with? Let's speak it into existence.
Kendrick. If you want to speak it into existence, Kendrick.
There we
Go
go.
out there, yeah. Go out there in LA, speak it. Get to Kendrick for me, please, please.
There we
Um,
go.
Kendrick and producer. Producer, I would have said Boy Wonder, but now I got a song with him, so Dreams Come True. That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Um, yeah.
You
Uh,
see how he did that? Like, he just like threw the little jab in there. I've always wanted to work with Boy Wonder, but I got the shit already, so
I got it. Ew.
he
Slight
did some
flex,
fly shit. Like,
slight
yeah, I'm
flex.
cool.
Yeah, we good. No, me, Boy Wonder, homies now.
That's what's
No, I'm
up,
fucking
man.
with you. Fucking with you.
But, bro, could we ever expect a you and Boy Wonder just like an EP, like a 3-4
I
song EP?
would love to, man. 3, 4 songs. I mean, definitely. Definitely see that as something that could happen in the next year. Yeah,
All right. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Well, you said it on my podcast, bro. So you owe me like 0.5%
I,
or something like
I
that.
got you, bro. You in there? I got you.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. Well, Zach Zoya, thank you so much for stopping by the lunch table, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, hey man. First of all, Nico, much love to you. Thank you for having me, man. Uh, People can find me anywhere at Zach Zoya. So at ZACHZOYA on all platforms, so on everything, all social, Twitter, Facebook, IG, TikTok. I'm lucky enough that nobody took that name, so I'm just Zach Zoya everywhere, man.
There you go, man. Well, this is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Stay tuned for more interviews during quarantine and after quarantine, everybody. Peace. Yee.